All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are here. The only game of the week or the day. My bad. Just a sec. I gotta fix some sound. There we go. Okay, I think I'm good. Hopefully, you guys can hear me. So, Ha Young Min out on the mound. He did not face Hanwha in the opening part of the series or in the series in Daejeon. This is Kiwoom's best chance to win a game in this series. After this, they're going to have to face Ponce and Weiss, which is definitely a no easy task. So Hanwha has without a doubt, their worst starter in starting this game. Kiwoom has, I don't want to say their best starter, but I would say their most consistent starter. He's gone in his last three games. His last game was not a good one. Gave up 8 runs in 4 innings, but he is a much better pitcher at home. In his 4 games at home, 263 ERA, 3-1 on the season. Opponents hitting a 233 against him. But so yeah, I mean he pitches much better in Gochuk. Omsong Beck on the mound for Hanwha, and I'll get to him once we get to once he's up there. As we've already got time called. We almost had a whole pitch. How you doing, Mary Kate? As a bat donuts or yeah. All right. Well, so when we almost had a pitch before we had a delay. So Wang Young Mook out on starting off back up at the top of the lineup, but Che and Ho later way down in the lineup is that's in there for a strike at the top of the zone, and we are underway 0-1 now. So, yeah, Wang Yangmook back up at the top of the lineup. He was hitting it down in the bottom of the lineup. Hanwha was doing well with Che and Ho up at the top, but now, again, I don't really get it. But that is lifted into left field and one away. One thing to of one thing to note is in the game in the series that Hanwha won 2 of 3 against Kiwoom. Kiwoom was missing Cardenas, Chejuan, and Lee Hyun. Oh yeah, you got to get at least one. Maybe if they take away the score bug or something. All right, here comes the pitch to Florio. Looks it's a strike one at the bottom, and it's 0-1. All righty, here we go. The 0-1 pitch is fouled away, and just like normal, it's 0-2. 253 on the season for Florio. He's good for one hit a game, ladies and gentlemen. He is good for one hit a game and one questionable route on defense. As here comes the 0-2 pitch, sets up on the outside and just barely misses the outside corner, and it's 1-2. Ha Young Min, fastball most of the time, 37% of the time, 143 with his fastball. From that, a forkball 25% of the time. Then off of that, cutter 21% of the time, as that's a swing and a miss, and that is 2 away. So I don't know if you're listening. They just said splitter. Uh, I've come to the conclusion that's in the KBO. They classify a forkball and a splitter as the same thing, even though they are different. As if you're watching, you can see them getting that split grip. A forkball is farther down on the sleeve as the Moonhand Bin gets hit. And Hanwha will have their first base runner as Moon Byun Bin gets hit in the old thigh. So, forkball, is deeper in and it falls out as they're throwing. It's harder to control. It used to be a very, very popular pitch in the MLB, but because it's kind of like the knuckleball, it's a very different, very difficult to control. So they don't throw it very often. Alrighty, so after the hit by pitch, Hanwha will have a Noshiwan stepping in. Sets up on the outside, and the pitch catches the outside, and it's 0-1. Oh, 275 on the season for Noshiwan. Is after a pretty rough start, has put it together and is right on his career averages. And the 0-1, a swing and a miss at a pitch way off the zone, and it's 0-2. So again, the big thing for Kiwoom is they're young. They're very, very, very young. They're not expected to compete in the next few years. All right, and yourself is that is way, way low, and it's 1-2. You here for the only game of the night? Your sign is upside down, I think, lady. Maybe, maybe it's my eyes are upside down. All righty, here comes the 1-2 pitch. Maybe as the catcher with the bomb unit gear on and sets up and bounces that into the dirt. Minhan Bin is going to go to second, and that will be a wild pitch. Oops. It's canceled. There's no other games. This is the game you get. All right, the 2-2 pitch now sets up on the outside, a swing and a miss, and another strikeout. Second strikeout of the day. He hits a guy, a wild pitch, but he gets out of it and will go to the bottom of the first. Two strikeouts in the inning, 0 for 1 with a runner on base, and 0 for 1 with a runner in scoring position, leaving one on, and Ha Young Min works through that inning pretty quickly. 12 pitches only, and 12 pitches with two strikeouts is fantastic, if you ask me. Uh, Coming up for Han or for Kiwoom is going to be their Capitan. Clear that out. Uh so depending on what month it is, they have some double headers. Yeah. So tomorrow is a bunch of double headers. So I will probably be doing LG and Samsung all day. I think is the my best bet. Yeah, lots of double headers. If it was in June, they don't do double headers in June. Then they put them at the end of the season because so there's 144 games in the season. What they do is they actually only schedule 135 games, and then they add the games that are canceled out later on at the end of the season. All right, Song Baek out on the mound. He has not pitched well on the year, but he has pitched much better as of late. His last two games have definitely been his two best games of the season. Uh, 2 runs in five innings last game, 1 run in just 6 innings of the game before that. He only has one win on the season, and it was not a good game. He gave up 4 runs in 5 innings. He is not a guy that has been able to go deep into games. Uh, he has strikeout stuff. Again, he's one of the yeah, he at least can be competitive or something. So normally he doesn't struggle with command, but this year he's got 17 walks already. Last year was one of the big strikeout guys. He is a submariner, so very different look. Blowing all of Jung Hoo's money on what? It definitely wasn't the players. All right, Sung Sung Moon. First pitch is crushed, and that's a run, ladies and gentlemen. As I didn't even get a chance to talk about it, and explain that Song Baek gives up a ton of home runs. One pitch, one home run, 1-0. Well, yep. As Che Ju-won steps in and looks at a pitch right down the middle, and it's 0-1, just like the score. There you go. Yeah, Kiwoom's the biggest issue is their bullpen, as that is popped up and will get out of play, and it's 0-2. So, like I said earlier, Song Baek is the worst pitcher for Hanwha. Uh, he's 7th in the league in uh, hit by pitches. He's only given up 1 home run this year, but he's given up 26 last year. He was tied for worst in the league with the most home runs given up last year. Has not given up a lot this year, but he's also been skipped a handful of times in the rotation, as that has popped up. EJ Wan under it and makes the catch. 1 away. He hit a home run in that big Kia game. 157 off the bat, 26.5 degrees. And once again, a nice rounded number, 125. As that guy didn't catch it, but luckily his girl was there to pick it up. As that is ball one, and it's 1-0. Lee Ju Hyung in there. No idea, man. The 1-0 pitch is in there for a strike at the top of the zone, and it's 1-1. So Song Baek leads with his changeup most of the time. Again, he is a side armor, registered as an under armor, which I think is the funniest thing, as that misses way up high, and it's 2-1. I don't know how he doesn't have elbow issues. The very side and then flips his, like, that just hurt my. I now have to go get Tommy John surgery just showing you guys that. Thank you, thank you. As that is also gonna be a souvenir. Once again, I told you he gives up a ton of home runs. Why won't it let me? Well, I said this is the best chance for Kiwoom to get a win. Well, thank you, though. As here comes another pitch and down the bottom of the zone. So Cardenas did not play in that three-game series against Hanwha. He was his wife was having their child, so he was back in the U.S. at the time, and that is ball one, 1-1. Yeah, get yourself a little beverage again. Lee Ju-hyung was not playing in that first series. Cardenas not playing in that first series. Che Ju-won not playing in that first series, and that is outside, and it's 2-1. 예, 그 한화는 역전 승리밖에 못해요. As the 2-1 low, and that's 3-1. So he has the. How do they already get 2 runs? But I explained that Hanwha only comes from behind. That's all they do. Man, here comes the 3-1. Yep, and that's going to be a walk, and that puts the third runner so far, our third batter already is hanging out at first base. Is we're going to have a mound visits without. Good Lord. What kind of burrito did you get? 168 off the bats at 20.4. Man. Ah, spicy beef sounds good. I did order burritos the other day. On Monday when we were having Children's Day, I realized oh yeah, I forgot Children's Day is actually also Cinco de Mayo. So, like a true American, I ordered some Mexican food. As Im Byung-wook steps in, hitting a 316 on this season, as he checks over on Cardenas over at first base. And the Kiwoom bullpen is not good. No, 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 no. As, thank you, Trust Millie. It definitely is not. Hanwha leads the league in come from behind victories, and it's not even close. They have almost twice as many as the others. Thank you, Jureng TV. I think that's what that says. As that is in there for a strike at the top of the zone, and it's 0-2 now. So Kiwoom bullpen is the worst in the league. So yeah, even a 5-0 Kiwoom lead, I wouldn't count Hanwha out. As here comes the 0-2 pitch, and that's swing and a miss, and that will be 2 away on the first strikeout of the day. Yeah, there's a reason why. What did I say earlier? Hanwha has a 647 winning percentage, and Kiwoom has a 675 losing percentage. Yo, it's gonna be real long, Kiwi. Good thing we don't have to work tomorrow. I don't know what that means. I know nothing about gambling. And oh man, I'm actually surprised I got home. I had my white scooter. It wouldn't get me to work yesterday, so I had to fix it last night, and then today I had to walk or I had to take the subway because of the rain. As that misses up high, and it's 1-1. Okay. All right, Kim Tae-jin, he had the big grand slam a couple days ago. Did he hook his fingers? As they slaps the bat out, but gets out of play. And that's 20 pitches now for Om Song-baek. A walk and 2 solo shots. As Kiwoom up 2-0 already. As Young Min only threw 12 pitches in that first inning. Oh man, that misses way outside at 2-2. Oh, I remember that. I remember that one especially. Line two. Oh man, as here comes the 2-2 pitch, is fouls that one away, and it's gonna stay 2-2. I remember that. Yeah. So when I moved here to Korea in 2014, they were talking about the second line being open in 2018. And now they're saying it's 2028 is the 2-2 is slapped away again and another 2-2 pitch coming up. Well, they've been working on it forever. I thought that was where the sinkhole happened a few weeks ago. As the 2-2 swing and a miss, it'll be a second strikeout to go with the two homers, and Keown goes 0 for 2 once they get a runner on base by himself. But a big first inning for Keown. They're up 2-0, and we'll go to the second. Oh, that's the same one. I, you guys, I wish you guys would listen to me a little bit more. I wish you guys would listen to me. All right, Hanwha will have 5, 6, 7 coming up for Hyung Min. So 24 pitches in that inning for Om Sung Baek. As the other day, a lot of so I was talking to Kiwi about this. I think maybe earlier today, how Om Sung Baek has gotten real lucky. The game against KT stranded 5 runners in the first 2 innings. The and his last game, uh, what last week on Friday, I think, is whenever he pitched. The first inning against Kia, he gave up 1 run, and then but he had runners every single inning. He was just giving up hits, but never getting the main hits at the end. So it'd be interesting to see if he can, obviously with home runs, but how many runners he puts on base. As we've got the top of the second here. Now again, Ha Young Min, half the pitches of Om Song Baek. And oh, I thought that was another home run. And the 0-2 in there for a strike on the outside at 2. Chan Sung. Chan Sung at 265 on the season. And the 0-1 is ripped, but hooks foul. And it's on 2. 2 home runs on the season. We'll see what he did last year against Kyo. No, this season, not too shabby. 462 against Kiwoom in that first series. Last year, not so good though. Is that's going to be a little bloop that's going to land right in front of the center fielder and the diving shortstop. And Hanwha got their first hit of the day with a leadoff single. An 0-2 pitch, and he throws the bat out and lifts it over the jumping shortstop. So last year, Cheon Sung hit 59 against Kiwoom. 59 against Kiwoom last year. And a swing and a miss at a pitch way off the zone again as Eugene Young steps in. 329 on the season. Looks like he's cooled off a little. Last time I did a Hanwha game, he was hitting 350 something. Yeah, as here comes the 0-1, and that is another wild pitch. And Chan Sung is now going to head on over to second. The second wild pitch of the day for Ha Young Min. Alrighty, the 1-1 pitch. And a swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. 나무 감사합니다. Thank you, Yosejun. Osejun. I really wish my background was a little different. Maybe I should lower that. I think that's what I'll do. That'll be my project after the game. As here comes the 1-2 pitch that sets up on the outside, and a swing and a miss there, and that will be strikeout number 3. Man, I love it when it rhymes. Yeah, in my heyday, I think I could probably go up there and swing at pitches up or in the other batter's box too. Sets up on the inside. Cheyenne Ho looks at a strike one right across the middle, and it's 0-1. 286 on the season again. Cheyenne Ho was leading off the games earlier, but suddenly he's down in the 7 spots. Him and Wang Young Mook is kind of flipped. And 0-1 is in there for a strike, and it's 0-2. Give up home runs, swing at pitches out of the zone, miss routine grounders. I am trying out for the KBO as that misses outside 1-2. 10 for 39 on the season. It was up and then down and then up. He's a guy that's he never gets a shot until everyone else messes up so badly that they finally had to put him in. I wouldn't be surprised as we got a 2-2 count here as he throws another one in the dirt. Almost gets him on the shin guard. They need him to pinch run for EJ Wan whenever he gets his magic hit. Is that's going to be a ground ball to the first baseman, toss to the first baseman or the pitcher, and that will be 2 away. They move Cheon Sung over to third base, but with 2 outs now, they're going to need another wild pitch. Oh, big bat up, and that misses outside. 1-0. Ooh, EJ Wan must be on a hot streak. His average is up to 200 now, ladies and gentlemen. Hanging out at the Mendoza line at 73 years old. Gotta give it to him. As the 1-0 is in there for a strike on the outside, and it's 1-1. 안녕하세요. Yeah, they're still not averaging that much over it, actually. as that is way outside. I'm pretty sure Hanwha has the second lowest batting average, or at least they did the last time I looked. Up, nope, they're third to last. Hanwha's only hitting 244 on the season. They're not winning games because of hits. They're winning games because their starting pitching is really good. As the 2-1 is way outside, walking the guy hitting. I know what they're doing. They're worried about him because they got the guy that hits 165 on deck. The last 5 games, 4 for 9, which is why his average is up to 200. As here comes the 3-1 pitch right down the middle. Put it on a tee, sir. Yeah. Again, the only so only one team has really not had injury issues, and that is Hanwha, as Lotte's injuries are starting to pile up now. All righty, here comes the 3-2 pitch, and catches him looking at a pitch right down the middle, and that's strikeout number 4. Hanwha leaves another one on base. We'll go to the bottom of the second. 2-0 Hanwha. 0 for 3 with runners on base. 0 for 3 with runners in scoring position. Another runner left on. Wow. Already 0 for 4 with runners in scoring position today. Oh, Hi Young Min, what did he throw that inning? 18 pitches. So he's sitting at just 30 through 2. Ken ball. That's what I use for all the thumbnails for you thumbnail fans. And for some of my new t-shirt designs. So real quick, elsewhere around the league, nothing. 5 homers from Hanwha. Hanwha needed that too, man. Alrighty, Puig will lead things off. Yeah, I don't have any. My, normally every couple innings I give you guys updates on the rest of the league, but everything is just gray. All right, Puig steps in. He's hitting 211 on the season. Moved way down in the lineup now, and a swing and a miss there, and it's 0-1. Does have 4 home runs on the season. Looks like he shaved, as lays off of that, and it's 1-1 now. Nonsense. You're just in training. As the 1-1, a swing and a miss at a pitch up at his shoulders, and it's 1-2. 0 for 7 against Hanwha. Again, the big match for me was the Ryuhan Jin versus Puig, as he lifts that one, but Florio going back to the warning track right in front of it, and that will be 1 away. Oh, thank you, whoever's doing that. All right, that's gonna bring up Kim Jae Hyun. Not sure too sure about Kim Jae Hyun. Again, a lot of these guys don't play regularly, as that's going to be a ground ball right back up the middle. And I can tell you this: he is has more hits than Hanwha's catcher, as that is going to be a 1-out single. Brings up the number 9 hitter. both Hanwha and Kiwoom has their catcher eighth and their shortstop last. I have no idea what all that means. As that is fouled away. Going on. Gun. All right, the 0-1 outside, and it's 1-1. Oh, Korean baseball. That is a weird stance there. As that is lifted, Florio makes a couple steps back, but stops and makes the catch 2 away. That flips the lineup back over. I have outside of getting my Korean driver's license, I have not driven a car since I drove myself to the airport in 2014. That was the last time I drove outside of driving for a driving test. As that is outside and it's 1-0. All right, here comes the 1-0 pitch. Son Sung Moon, the solo shot on the first pitch he saw earlier. As those are both outside now, it's 2-0. I wasn't in Korea at that time. Going to the creepy Denver airport is that does just catch the outside corner, and it's 2-1. I wonder how many more Hanwha fans are at this game than Kiwoom fans. All righty, here comes the 2-1 pitch. Leaks it outside, and it's 3-1. I actually, my I had to drive my mom. It was the first time I've ever driven my mother. Uh, she rode with me to the airport. Is that's going to be a little soft liner to the shortstop, and that will be 3 away. They get a one out single, but 0 for 2 after that, and that will be the end of the second. We'll go to the third. It's 2-0 Key. You'll leave another one on. A little bit better inning there, as he only throws 7 pitches. Nope, 3 outs. Kiwoom already 0 for 4 with runners on base. Hanwha 0 for 4 with runners on base and 0 for 4 with runners in scoring position. Hanwha will have the 9-1-2 coming up. Pringles. Pringles. I'm actually worried about driving again. Like I've been riding motorcycles for a while in Korea, but actually driving, I'm gonna have to buy a car pretty soon. Alrighty, top of the third. And Shimu Jun leading things off. Hanwha, there's why they're playing so well. Ponce, the number 1 pitcher in the league, Kim Saw Hyun, the number 1 reliever in the league, and Yuan Jin sneakily down there in 10 spots. Sneaky, sneaky down there. His first pitch is up high, and it's 1-0. Shimu Jun hitting a buck 65 on the season. He only hits at the end of games in very crucial situations, so don't expect much here, as that's a swing and a miss there, and it's a 1-1. Hitting 165. The starting pitcher and the shortstop are the two big offseason acquisitions for Hanwha as he looks at strike two on the outside. So both of them came over from KT. Homsong Baek, 13-10 last year. Shimu Jun, I think, had 13 hits on the season. And here comes the 1-2. Did he go around? He did not, as it ran up and in as he almost hit him, but he looked like he might have even swung there. Mm, say no. All righty, the 2-2 pitch now. And he lifts that one, but it gets out foul. That's a long foul for him. Congratulations, you hit the ball. That was it. Just you hit the ball. And that's going to be a liner right to Cheju Won, and that will be one away. Flips the lineup back over to Wang Young Mook. All righty, righty, righty. Wang Young Mook leading on. Wang Young Mook flew out, or why did I say F4? That doesn't make sense. As he looks at ball one. And the 1-0 is going to be a single into right field, and he is on base for the first time today. And that's going to bring up Florio right behind him. Got that stopwatch ready. All right, so Wang Young Mooka back on the base pass. That is ripped, but foul. Almost takes out a couple Kiwoom Heroes. And it's 0-1. Florio struck out in the first inning. Down to 252 on to the season. Is this where he gets his one hit of the day, ladies and gentlemen? And here comes the 0-1 that sets up on the outside. And misses up high. 1-1. 40 pitches now for Ha Young Min. There we go. The 1-1 pitch sets up on the outside again, and it's a single right back up the middle, and back-to-back singles has got Hanwha with a runner on first and second, and one out. That's going to bring up a Moon Hyun Bin. It's right back up the middle. Two straight hits for Moon Hyun Bin now, as we'll see what he can do, as that's ripped, but foul. It seemed like I don't know what it was, but it just looked like the lights flashed at the stadium. Moon Hyun Min, 267 with runners in scoring position on the season. 누군가 Hanwha Eagles 연고지 양관 역시 출신이자 Eagles 그에서 불과 10분. That was my speed reading. Oh, okay, we're back. 10분 거리인 유천 초등학교 충전 야구명. Man, can we get a space in that, please? My head hurts. All righty, here comes the 1-1 pitch. And that is going to be another single into right field as Wang Young-mook will round third. The throw home, not in time. And Moon Hyun-bin comes up with an RBI single, and Hanwha cuts the lead down to 1. Florial head to third. We'll see on the throw. I guess we'll have a mound visit here. Trying to find out if oh, okay. So Florio is still on second base. I was trying to see something, but to nothing. All righty, we got a 1-1 or 1-2 game now. Is hey, look, there's a Kiwoom fan back behind home. All right, so Noshiwan steps in. He struck out in his first at bat with Moon Hyun Bin on first. Like he should expect to win. All righty, here comes the first pitch. A swing and a miss there, and it's 0-1. 273 on the season now. I'd be angry if I was a Kiwoom fan too. Especially when you know there's two to three times more Hanwha fans at the game, whereas the 0-1 it misses outside and it's 1-1. If you're watching the game and you look back behind home plate, everyone in that directly behind home plate is all Hanwha fans. I wonder what happened to the sleepy Kiwoom fan. As here comes the 1-1 pitch. And that is ripped but foul. And some souvenirs down there, and it's 1-2 now. Na, na, na. All righty, here we go. 1-2 count. 3 straight singles from Hanwha has cut the lead. 2-1 as they set up inside. And he looks at it, and that is strikeout number 5 on the day. Out number 2, and that brings up Cheon Sung as she looks very happy about that. That brings up Cheon Sung. Cheon Sung led off last inning with a single. And was stranded on a third base after a pass ball and a ground out. All righty, here we go. Can he continue his hottest season against Kiwoom? And not on that swing, he won't, as that is 0-1. 271 and now on the season for Hanwha's captain. 72 patches on his uniform, I believe, is the official count. As he sets up inside and misses way outside and he fouls it off 0-2. Ha Young Min, 50 pitches now as he wears number 50. One, two, and a swing into the mitts, and that will be strikeout number 6. We'll head to the bottom of the third. Hanwha cuts the lead down to 1. All right, let's add a couple hits there for Hanwha. Finally getting some hits with runners on base. As they've now left 4 runners on. And you're going to have to do something. 21 pitches there, 51 now for Ha Young Min. Hanwha will have obviously Song Baek back out. Only 30 pitches in that first inning. It looked pretty bad for Hanwha as far as they were concerned, but just 7 pitches in that last inning, and that leaves him at 37. So his pitch count isn't too terrible. As again, 5 innings. If you get 5 innings out of him, you have to be kind of happy. And there were no games yesterday, so that makes the bullpen decisions a little bit easier. They'll go Joe Nuk, and then from there, depending on what the actual scores are. Who are we kidding? It doesn't matter if it's a tie game, they're up 12 or down 12. They're bringing in the closer. As Cheju Wan steps in, he looks, oh my lord, that just catches the top of the zone, and it's 0-1. Cheju Wan popped up to the catcher in foul territory in his first at bat, 0 for 1 on the day. As that one does miss up high, and it's 1-1. And then the 1-1 misses, and it's 2-1. And misses up high again, and it's 3-1. Song Baek again, still struggling with that command. And pops that one up. The right fielder over, and then running back is that was a very interesting route. We'll just put it at that. But that's 1 away now. Yeju Young steps in. He's the one that hit the second solo shot right now, the difference. And in there for a strike at the top of the zone, 0-1. And a swing and a miss, and now it's 0-2. All righty, here comes the 0-2 pitch. And up high, 1-2. Oh, already more pitches than he pitched in the last inning. Important to get to Song Baek his pitch count up. As here comes the 1-2 low, and it's 2-2. Well, again, 1 for 1 on the day. Solo shots in the first. The two solo shots is how Kiwoom got their 2 runs, both of them in the first inning. Then Hanwha adds one on the 3 consecutive singles in the top of the third, and that's why we're here in the bottom of the third. And runs inside, and it hits him, and he'll be on base for the second time today. Ooh, did it hit him? Did it hit him? All righty, I guess it did. As Cardenas steps in now and checks over at first, and that's going to be a that's going to run him to third base as he has got plenty of speed. And a yep, there we go. And just like that, yeah, his pitches to his throws to first are about as accurate as his throws to home. As I didn't even see it, I was looking down. All right. All right, now you've got a runner on the third with just 1 out. Cardenas just needs to get one into the air. He walked in his last at bat, his only at bat, 0 for 0 on the day. 276 on the season, though, as he fouls that one straight back, and it's 0 and 1. Cardenas playing right today. He plays right. I think I've also seen him over at first base a bit, and obviously DH. I think him and Puig kind of flip back and forth on who's DHing. As here comes the 0-1, is that's going to be a ground ball. Third baseman throws to first, and that will not get the run home. Iju Young heads up there, not running on that ground ball to the third baseman. Not a successful out there, as now they've got 2 outs with that runner over at third. Again, Iju Hyung, a heads up to quickly get back to back to third. And then a couple more steps off the bag in case the throw wasn't a very good one to Cheon Sung. But that brings up Im Byung Uk. Im Byung Uk struck out in his first at bat, so 0 for 1, and is up high 1-0. Any wild pitch and he will score. He's got plenty of speed, the center fielder for the national team. As the 1-0 swing and a miss there, and it's 1-1. He's got the double donuts on the hands. And the 1-1, a swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. They are going right after Im Byung Uk. One, two says expand the zone as he's given all these signs. The uh, hitter looks down and sees it. And here comes the 1-2, sets up in the other batter's box. He goes after it, but it's going to be a ground ball to the second baseman. And just like that, a hit by pitch, a 2 base error, but absolutely nothing from the 4 or 5 hitters. And we'll go to the fourth inning. It's 2-1. A wasted opportunity there if I have ever seen one. 4 or 5 hitters coming up after a hit by pitch and an error, and they get a 5-3 ground out and a 4-3 ground out. That, ladies and gentlemen, is why they have a 325 winning percentage. 325 winning percentage. Just reminds me of my preview for the season. This team is really set to look out for next year as they will get the best Korean pitcher in the league back from military duty in September. If the arms develop for Kiwoom, they could easily be making a push for the playoffs next season. This year, they're probably hoping to not finish below 400. Man. All right. We've got to the top of the fourth. Ha Young Min back out there on the mound. He'll face the 6, 7, 8 hitters for Hanwha. Eugene Young looks at a big curveball in there for strike one, and it's 0-1. 6 strikeouts already on the day for the Kiwoom starter. Eugene Young on the 0-1 pitch, and he lifts that one into the air. Center fielder in front of the warning track, at the warning track, and 1 away. That is 1 down now, and brings up the number 7 hitter, Chan Ho, who grounded into a 3-1 putouts. In his first at bat's 0 for 1. And first pitch is ripped, but into the Kiwoom dugout, and it's 0-1. And here comes the 0-1 pitch. Just sets up on the outside, misses up and in, and it's 1-1. We're having some fun in the dome. And the 1-1 pitch is going to be chopped foul again as these lefties are banging it in there to the Kiwoom dugouts. Do not put your head down if you are in the Kiwoom dugouts. You may get yourself a Stitches tattoo. All right, the 1-2 pitch just sets up on the outside, and that is another foul. And the ball boy makes his little play down there. We'll have another 1-2 count. 57 pitches now for Ha Young Min. All right, the 1-2 back out to the outside. And he lifts that one. Left fielder coming over under it, and that is 2 away. That brings up EJ Wan. EJ Wan 0 for 1 on the day. Struck out looking in his first at bat. Struck out looking with a runner over on third base. Average down below the Mendoza line now. That's going to be a ground ball. Shortstop makes the scoop. The little soft toss, and Chejuan makes the pick, and that is 1, 2, 3. The first 1, 2, 3 of the game will go to the bottom of the fourth. It's a 2-1 Kiel. Wow, ladies and gentlemen, a 1-2-3 inning. It only took a third of the game. So, Kiwoom will have their 6, 7, 8 hitters coming up in the bottom. I mean, now only 8 pitches that inning, 12 in the first, 8 in the second or the fourth, leaves him at 59 through 4 innings. And if they can get 6 innings out of him and the game is still close, they have to almost consider that a victory. I know Kium wishes they only played 7 like in high school, just because most of their players are still high school age. Na 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 na. Alrighty, we're almost back. I noticed the other the other channels. When I turn on the TV, it's always on whatever channel I was streaming from last time. They had it was a Kia game, and I'm like, "Oh, wait, are they playing today?" But it was just, I guess, a replay. As here comes the first pitch and misses inside, almost hits him, and it's a ball one. Kim Tae-jin steps in. He struck out to end the first inning. 0 for 1 on the day. And he pops that one. Will it get out of play? It will. And 1-1. So I'm figured out the blue shoes. The blue need a little bit darker blue from the pitcher to match his uniform. It just looks out of place here. He's got one pant leg that folds over his shoe, and another one that is tucked in. Very strange to see a pitcher that isn't fully aware of their uniform. Pitchers are some of the most superstitious players in the league. As the 2-1 is lifted, that is going to be trouble. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is another home run. Another leadoff home run, another solo shot. And now it's 3-0. Gonna say it again. This pitcher gives up a ton of home runs. It ain't over yet, though. It is never over with the Kiwoom bullpen. And like I said earlier, 5-0, and I'm still not counting Hanwha out in this game, as that's a runs inside, and it's 1-0. Puig would love to make it to 4-1. Nice bat flip, solid bat flip as Puig lifts that, and that will be back-to-back jacks, ladies and gentlemen. Another home run. Like I said, Puig would love to make it 4-1, ladies and gentlemen, and he does just that. 4 solo shots now for Kiwoom. Man, I need to start putting my predictions up on the old social media platforms. Came into the game only with the 1 home run given up. So far, he's going to leave with at least 5 given up. The translator wants a 5. Oh, no, he wants a hug. All right. Well, keep him out there, sure. As that is ripped but foul. And it is 0-1. As, don't say that yet, man. All right, so here we go. The 0-1 pitch to Kim Jae Hyun. 1 for 1 on the day, and that is in the dirt. 1-1. Singled in the second inning and ended up getting stranded on the bases. The 1-1. That's going to be a ground ball. The shortstop throws over to first, and one away. Bring up the number 8 hitter, the catcher, Kim Jae Hyun. Oops, I got these. I didn't know. That brings up not the. Yeah, like I said. All right, all June saw as that is outside, and it's 1-0. I got an extra pitch in there. This toe, I can't get over this toe. Is that is in there for a strike at the bottom of the zone. A little signature, I guess. Is the front foot for this shortstop is turned completely. He's basically showing the pitcher the bottom of his shoe. His foot is turned so much, and I'm not talking about like he's not showing the first baseman. He's showing the pitcher the bottom of his shoe. It is turned right on his toe and turned really, really hard inside. As that misses, and it's 2-2 now. 66 pitches. Here comes number 67, and that is a fouled away because 67 is usually a strike. The 2-2 pitch. And he lifts that one. Left fielder back, makes the play, and that will be 2 away. They'll flip the lineup back up, and it's Son Sung Moon who steps in as he's already hit 1 home run. No up and down movement from your side armor. And that'll be it for him as Hanwha will go to the bullpen in the bottom of the 4th. Already into the bullpen. We'll see who comes in for Hanwha. I have to imagine it's Jo Dong-hook. He is the general relief guy. Yep, that'll be him. What did you ask earlier, Kiwi? Oh, final line for Hanwha's starter. 69 pitches, 42 for strikes, 5 hits, 4 homers, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, and the 4 earned runs, all via the solo shots. Kiwoom is 0 for 6 with runners on base. They're 0 for 2 with runners in scoring position. Yet they're up 4-0 because they've hit to four solo home runs. Best off-season signing ever, right there, ladies and gentlemen. As Jodonuk will come in. 277 ERA on the season, 14 games, 13 innings, 7 strikeouts, 10 walks, and a 1.69 whip. He was the second round pick 2 years ago for Hanwha. Started a little bit last year, but just never got it together. And he has come in to basically relieve Om Sang Baek and Moon Dong Ju when they can't get it done. As Song Sung Moon 1 for 2 on the day. He has that solo shot at lead off the first, and that is going to be into the gap, and it's going to one hop and then running into seconds as he has got himself a 2 outs double and is on base for the second time today. Yeah. I'm gonna. I want to say this though. There is still chances of some rain tomorrow. It's supposed to be raining kind of off and on tomorrow. So what I would do LG Samsung. I think that's the best matchup. And then that means Sunday I'll do Lotte Key or KT as that is outside 0-1. Chejuan 0 for 2 on the day. A pop up to the catcher in foul territory and a fly out to right in his last at bat as he led off the last inning with that flyout. That's in the dirt. 1-1 now. I started streaming 4 years ago, but on Africa TV because at that time I could show the game. So I would have the same setup, but instead of all this stuff that you see in the main middle, I would have the game up as the 1-1 pitch is outside at 2-1. Started last year on YouTube because once TVing brought the rights, you could no longer show the game. So I've just been doing the play-by-play, the radio style since last year. As the 2-1 misses low, and it's 3-1. Wish I would have started back in 2020, but I didn't have all my setup or anything at that time. Thank you, Slayo, S Leo 90 as the 3-1 misses, and that will be a 2 outs walk. They've got runners on first and second now, as that brings up Iju Hyung on base both times today. All righty, here we go, and that is low. 1-0. And Jodonuk coming into this game, 7 strikeouts and I think 14 walks or 12 walks, something like that. It's free to watch live as the 1-0 misses low and it's 2-0. Souplive.com, SOOPLIVE.com as the games. Obviously, no English broadcast or English announcers. As here comes the 2-0 pitch now. Walk to Chejuan. Now the 2-2 is. Yeah, you can actually. Oh, that's a balk. Uh, if you watch that, you can actually watch that, and my commentary matches up almost perfectly. Oh, now we've got the runners on the second and third after the balk, and here comes the 2-0 pitch low, and it's 3-0. This is why he struggled last year. And the 3-0 misses low, ball four, and he is on base for the third time today. The bases are now loaded for Cardenas. Four pitches, four balls, one walk. Yeah, I wish the KBO would call me or TVing would call me and I could do English commentary for the KBO. But they don't know who I am, so I'm unfortunately stuck here watching it on TV. Alrighty, here comes the first pitch to Cardenas in there for strike, and it's 0-1. Cardenas walked in his first at bats, a 5-3 ground out in his second at bats. Here comes the changeup. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. That is dangerous, leaving that to glove wide open like that to let the guy on second base see. That is a really bad idea. If you are Kiwoom, you better be having a chit chat in the bullpen or in the dugouts to let them know what pitch is coming. As here comes the changeup again, and the 0-2 in the dirts. 1-2. That is very, very dangerous. Runner on seconds, glove wide open, showing the grip and holding the grip. It's not just seeing the grip, kind of. He's got the glove wide open, letting the grip being seen. As here comes the 1-2, and that is lifted. It's gonna go back. Florio going back, and at the warning track makes the catch, and that'll leave the bases loaded once again. When they get runners on, they go hitless. They're now 0 for 7 with runners on base, and they've left 6 on. We'll go to the fifth. It's 4-1 Kiwoom. Huge again. 0 for 7 with runners on base, 0 for 3 with runners in scoring position. They've left it the last 2 innings, they've left runners over at third. They've had runners at third and nothing. And I can't even get a wild pitch. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Yeah, 4 solo shots. Yeah. Hanwha's starting pitcher is already out of the game. Yeah. Oh, Ha Young Min. We should just be about back. I'm gonna double check all my stuff is ready. Yep, it is ready. Oh, Ha Young Min, really? Wow, Cheju Wan, sixth in the league. Moon Yun Bin and No Shi Wan, 8 and 9. I still have no idea what this whole thing is supposed to be. I have no idea. where they get those their rankings and their scores and numbers and all of that. But anyway, Shinmin Jun, the number 9 hitter, leading things off. Looks at just strike one on the outside. Ha Young Min, two strikeouts in the first, two strikeouts in the second, two strikeouts in the third, but a 1-2-3 in the fourth. And he's sitting at 60 pitches now, and the 0-1 pitch in there for a strike, and it's 0-2. All right, right. You got a right-handed batter, you got a right-handed pitcher, you got an 0-2 counts. How far into the other batter's box will the pitch be? And he jumps over, sets up on the left-handed batter's box on the line, but misses over, and that is foul. Just foul, and we'll have another pitch. Nice call by the third base umpire. All righty, once again, the 0-2 pitch. Will he set up in the other batter's box? He jumps out there and he puts the glove right on the left-handed batter's box line, and he leaks over again and fouls it away. He's setting up on the left-handed batter's box, the line, the inside line, but both of the pitches have leaked back over and been on the outer half, outer quarter of the plate. And here comes the 0-2, and he goes out there again. That time he throws way into the other batter's box. Again, they don't, and this is the thing with the KBO, and this is why as I watch it and I watch it more and more and more, I get so frustrated. As here comes the 1-1, sets up on the outside, and he leaks it in the middle, and then that's going to be a little flare and caught by the second baseman. The thing that really drives me nuts is they do the same thing every single at bat. The tendencies of these pitchers and these teams doesn't even change between one team to the next. It's the same. Right-handed batter, right-handed pitcher, 0-2 count, throw it in the other batter's box. As Wong Young Mook looks at ball one there. And then you try to just paint the corners. It's always left to right. It's very rarely up and down. As the 1-0 catches the bottom of the zone, 1-1. Wong Young Mook singled in his last at bats, came around to score. Oh, 1 for 2 on the day. And here comes the 1-1 pitch. And rounded to foul. 1-2. And now that is going to be a ball. 2-1. A pitch clock violation. I wish they had a better signal for a pitch clock violation. It was the 2-2 pitch. Misses outside, and that's going to run the counts full. Second full count of the day for the old Hanwha Eagles. And that's going to be a ground ball. Che Juan bobbles a little bit, picks it back up, steps on the bag, and that will be 2 away. Oops, that brings up Mr. Florial. Florial singled in his last at bats. 1 for 2 on the day. He's got his 1 hit for the day. Should probably take him out of the lineup. 70 pitches and now for Ha Young Min, but only 20 balls. And ball one. You should be all right then. Florio is very well known for one hit per game. He's already got his hit today, so he is probably going to strike out here as the 1-0 is catches the bottom of the zone, and it's 1-1. 257 on the season. Man, the 1-1 sets up right down the middle. And that is not that is a home run, ladies and gentlemen. That is ripped. That is what you get whenever you set up right down the middle, and then he connects on the right down the middle. What the hell was that pitch? Are you really trying to sneak a 1-1 fastball down the middle? I mean, that was just... Howdy, Lukey. 5th home run of the day is so far in this game. I told you to stop talking, man. All right, that brings up Moon Hyun Bin. And that's in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. Luke shows up. They hit a home run. Oh, sorry. He hung a curveball down the middle. It's the 0-1. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. And that is a tip into the glove. Strikeouts number 7 on the day is we will go to the bottom of the 5th. It is 4-2. There you go. Now you can celebrate. Now you get to celebrate. Absolutely not. I have my Kiwoom Heroes uniform on. I did wear my my orange and black today when I went to work since I had to ride the subway. Thought I looked probably the coolest looking guy on the subway. I mean, minus the fact that my hair actually got caught in the doors today. First time this has ever happened. Like I wasn't even that close. I guess when the doors opened at the next stop, I guess my hair got kind of pushed into the little doors. Kind of freaked me out a bit, so I'm not gonna lie. I was like, oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Luckily, it wasn't like the outside set of doors that shut, and then suddenly my hair's ripped out of my head. That would be a very, very sad day. All right, so they're gonna have the number 5, 6, 7, leading off down at the bottom of the 5th here. Where I assume it's still Joe Donuk. Yep, Joe Donuk is still out there. 130 meters all on that one. Again, all of them today have been 120, 125, 130. Never in a 122. All right, Im Young Uk 0 for 2, and that's a big swing and 0-1. Still a pretty close game. Hanwha struggles to score runs, but the Kiwoom bullpen struggles to not let up runs, as that's going to be a ground ball up the middle. And that will be his first hit of the day. And they've got another leadoff runner on. Can they get a hit with a runner on base, ladies and gentlemen? In 0 for 2 in the first inning with runners on base, 0 for 2 in the second inning with runners in base, 0 for 2 in the third inning with runners on base, and 0 for 1 last inning with runners on base. 0 for 1 last inning with runners on base, but they had the bases loaded. The last 2 innings, they've left the runner over at third. As he's still getting his thank you, whoever's doing that. Up 4-0, but you got no hits with runners on base. Crazy. Another check over at first. I've got the wrong base runner on there. All right, Kim Tae-jin led off the last inning with a solo shot. He hit a grand slam just a few days ago. And the 1-0 is in there for strike 1-1. All right, here comes the 1-1 pitch. And he slaps at it, puts it foul. And 1-2. 1-2 checks over at first. He makes a 2 little gallops back and is easily in. Kim Tae-jin had a solo shot to lead off last inning. Before that, he struck out in the first. As that's going to be a ground ball, and that's going to be a 6-4, 6-3 double play. And just like that, they've erased the base runner. 1-6-3 double play, just like you drew it up on the board. Was he out at first? And they are now 0 for 8 with runners on base. And that'll be it for Joe Donuk as they will bring in a righty to face Puig. Bringing in the righty to face a Puig. Joe Donuk does what he needs to. 1 full inning, 21 pitches, only 10 for strikes. Gives up 2 hits and walks 2, but ends up giving up 0 runs because they cannot hit with runners on base. Oh, Kim Jong-soo will come in for Hanwha. Kim Jong-soo. Double check my numbers there. Well, Puig, a back-to-back solo shots last inning. He's 1 for 2 on the day. We should be just about bad. Maybe. Lukey there loves some Puig. He's a big fan. He's one of the heads of the Yasiel Puig fan club. Joe Donuk gets in, bend but don't break. That would have probably been a single. Had he not to snag that, as that is up high, 1-0. Yeah. All right, to the 1-0 to Puig, and nice catch there by EJ Wan, right down the middle, and he doesn't catch it. 1-1. And that is way outside. It's 2-1. Have to think that they're way more worried about Puig than Kim Jae Hyun behind him. As the 2-1 sets up in the other batter's box and leaks that one over. It's a liner caught, and that will be the end of the fifth. Once again, Kiwoom gets a runner on base, and they immediately get rid of him on the double play. We'll go to the sixth inning, but first, a little break. See you in a few. All right, we're about to back. About to back. Hanwha will have 4, 5, 6 coming up as they look to crawl back. Ha Young Min 76 pitches through his 5 innings. He gave up the 2-run or the 1-run shot to Florio in the sixth or the fifth inning there to make it 4-2. No Shiwan steps in, foot on the back of the box, and here comes the first pitch up high, 1-0. 0 for 2 on the day. Struck out swinging and struck out looking. And that is going to be a ground ball, but it's foul, and it's 1-1. Hanwha looking to get their 10-game winning streak. The first 10-game winning streak that they have had since 1999. Uh, that was before Noshiwan was born, as that misses way upstairs, and it's a 2-1. Noshiwan, I believe, was born in 2000. So almost positive. Yes, December of 2000 is that is crushed, but it will just be a foul ball. 2-2. No, Hanwha won their one championship in, in 1999. That was the last time they had a 10-game winning streak. Hanwha fans are craving another one, as the 2-2 is fouled back and it stays 2-2. I have to think this is Ha Young Min's definitely his last inning. Whether or not he gets through this whole inning, that is kind of to be decided. Last couple games that he pitched, 94 as he went around, and that's going to be his hat trick. Enjoy it, sir, as that is a strikeout number 8 for Ha Young Min. Not able to lay off of it. Is falling back into his trap of last year. That's off that pitch off the zone. Swung and missed so many times last year. Chan Sung now steps in, 1 for 2 on the day from the captain. A swing, did not go around, as that will be ball one. 1-0. Singled in his first at bat to lead off the second inning, but was stranded over there on third base. And then struck out to end the third inning with runners on the first and second, as that misses outside also, and it's 2-0. And the 2-0 pitch misses outside, and it's 3-0. Now, Ha Young Min will throw on 95 to 100 pitches. May Jin Young on deck if he is a dangerous hitter, if Chan Sung can get on here. And the 3-0 is right down the middle, and it's 3-1. 269 on the season for Hanwha's Jujang. And the 3-1 is swing and a miss on ball 4 and runs the count full. Third full count of the day for Hanwha. They struck out looking in the first one, a ground ball to the first baseman in the second one. Oh, what will happen here? As the 3-2 sets up right down the middle, and that is lifted into right field. But at the track is Cardenas, and that will be 2 away. Getting ahead of myself a little there. All right, that brings up Eugene Young. He is a dangerous hitter as of late. Last few games, though, he has kind of cooled off a bit. Was on an absolute tear. Average was up to 340 something. But as usual, he has a really big hot streak. And then after that, it's not so good. So 1 for 4 in his last game, 0 for 2, 1 for 3, 1 for 2, 2 for 4. So average still over 300, 0 for 2 on the day with a strikeout and a flyout to center field. And the 1-0 is low, 2-0. Hanwha, a team that's actually hitting some home runs this year. One of those people that have the Dejan uniforms is I don't know what that was. We're gonna watch these kids instead of watching. What was the pitch? What was the pitch? Okay, it was a ball. We still haven't seen the pitch. What was that? We're gonna watch some kids drink some juice instead of watching the pitch. You can hear the pitch hit the glove, but we never even saw it. Is the 3-0 is runs inside, and it's gonna be a ball four, and he walks them on four straight pitches. Oh man, it drives me nuts when the KBO broadcast companies do that. Like, great, we're watching kids drink juice. Get back to the game. And then there's a pitch on a 2-0 count, and you can hear it hit the glove, but you don't even know what the pitch was until finally the scorebug updates. As here we go with Cheyenne Ho misses, and that's way up high again, and it's a ball one. Will he head out to the mound? No, he will not. It's a 244 on the season for Cheyenne Ho. He grounded out to the first baseman. 3-1 is, yep, now we'll have a mound visit. All right, now we're finally back. Almost. Kium probably with the best quality uniforms in the league. The Nike uniforms. Not quite Fanatics level, but checks over on first. Eugene Young does have plenty of speed. And all the teams have different sponsors for their teams. Kium has New Balance, or Kium has Nike. KT has New Balance. Doosan has Adidas. And the 1-0 in the dirt, and it's 2-0. Samsung has Under Armour. I believe NC has a Reebok. And then Hanwha has a ski company. And the 2-0 pitch. And he lifts that one into the gap, but it's a left fielder over. And that will be 3 away as they leave another one on base. They've left a 5 on, and we will go to the bottom of the 6. It's 4-2 Keel. Four pitch walk, but nothing. Nothing. Hanwha now looks like 2 for 8 with runners on base. 1 for 7 with runners in scoring position. And we'll have the 8 and 9 one hitters coming up here in the bottom of the 6th as they try to put a little bit more space between them and Hanwha. Looks like Kim Jong Soo will come back out. Just 4 pitches in that inning. They'll try to have him face the righties. Kim Jae Hyun, I believe, is a righty. Yes, he's a righty. We should just about to be back. There we go. There's the music. All right. 8 and 9 one hitters. Kim Jae Hyun singled in his first at bat. A 6-3 ground out in his second at bat. 1 for 2 on the day. Kiwoom is yet to go 1, 2, 3 in the game. Again, 0 for 2 with runners on base in the first, 0 for 2 in the second, 0 for 2 in the third, 0 for 1 in the fourth, 0 for 1 in the fifth. As the righty Kim Jong Soo stays out there, you will have a bunch of lefties coming up after that. 5 straight lefties after that. So we'll see if he stays out there, as that is way outside. 1-0. Kim Jae Hyun, the catcher. I wonder what happened to Kim Gun Hee. See if he is still on the. Nope, he is gone. I don't know if it's struggles or what. He was not hitting well. Is that? Oops, wrong side. Is 2-0. Here we go, the 2-0, and that is lifted, but gets out of foul, and it's 2-1. Na, 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 na. Alrighty, here we go. The 2-1 that sets up right down the middle, and he puts it right down the middle, but it's fouled away again, and it's 2-2. Late on these fastballs, 144 to 146 is what they're coming in at. And the 2-2 sets up on the outside. A swing and a miss, and that will be strikeouts number 1 on the day for Kim Jong Soo. That brings up the number 9 hitters. Again, now we're going to get into the left-handed batters here. All Jun Seo, Son Sung Moon, Cheju Won, Lee Ju Hyung, all left-handed batters. They're going to keep him out there. As I think they only have Kim Bum Soo in the bullpen, as that is in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. All June saw 0 for 2 on the day, flew out to center field, and then flew out to left field. And that is fouled away. It's 1-2. Yeah, so Kim Bum Soo is the only left-hander in the bullpen besides Yuan Jin, obviously. Don't think they're going to have him be pitching out of the bullpen, but hey, you never know. I've seen dumber things happen. As the 0-2 misses way outside, 1-2. And 1-2 catches him looking as the curveball breaks in, and that will be out number 2. Brings up the number 1 hitter, Son Sung Moon. That might be it for him. He's getting some bat packs, or yeah, bat back pats, pat backs, back pats. And 1-0 now to Song Sung Moon. 2 for 3 on the day. A solo shot in the first, a double in the fourth. And the 1-0 is in there for a strike, 1-1. And then a liner to the shortstop in the second. The Kiwoom captain having himself a day. He's really brought himself back as the average is slowly climbing up. Is swing and a miss there on another curveball. Curveball, curveball, curveball. 222 in the first 2 months of the season. That is in the dirt, and it's 2-2. But he's hitting 333, and now in the month of May. Many of these guys were very happy to see the calendar flip over to May, as they were off to a really slow starts. And here comes the 2-2 pitch. Jung Hoo Lee uniform there, as that is fouled away. And stays 2-2. Hanwha with a bullpen that has a lot of guys that are able to keep the game close until they can finally score and break through their offense against all these teams' bullpens, as that is way up high. That is the first full count of the day for Kiwoom. All the way into two outs in the bottom of the sixth before a first full count. As here comes the 3-2 pitch. Slapped foul again, and it stays 3-2. And the 3-2 sets up right down the middle, and the 3-2 pitch, a curveball in the dirts. Apparently, he went around, as that's three strikeouts for Kim Jong Soo. And that's will be the end of the sixth. The first 1, 2, 3 of the day for Kiwoom. Hanwha's got them right where they want them, ladies and gentlemen, down by 2. And Hanwha, I believe, I don't know if it's 12 or 13 come from behind victories at this point. If you look there, they're 24 and 13, I believe. Yeah, 24 and 13. Half of their victories have been come from behind victories. The next closest, I believe, is 6 or 7 come from behind victories. I don't even know if they have that many. It's been absolutely crazy. The late inning heroics from Hanwha. They will do their best to repeat it. Ha Young Min has got to be done, I would think. He's at 95 pitches through 6 innings, giving up the 2 runs. I can't imagine that they go to the bullpen here, or I have to imagine they go to the bullpen, and they do. So Jun Seo is gonna be replaced. And again, I saw him patting him on the back, so I figured that was the case. As they bring in the Hanwha absolute legend to come in and clean up the game. As Os Ju will come into the mound. 4.58 ERA, 17 games, 19.2 innings, 15 strikeouts, 9 walks, and a 1.42 whip. Absolute legend at a shortstop right now for Kiwoom. All right, Ito Yoon looks like he's pinch hitting here for EJ1. And that is, oops, wrong side. And the 0-1 is fouled away, and it's 0-2. The standard late inning replace the catcher. Very, very common for Hanwha. Let the bench guys come up with the big plays, and that misses way outside. 1-2. Ito Yoon, 216 on the season, has had a couple of huge hits for them though, and comes in to face the right-hander as he's got his gold spectacles on, and the 1-2 is waited on it, fouled it away and spoiled that high curveball that would have dropped right down into the zone. All righty, here comes the 1-2 pitch. That is going to be lifted into right field, and he's got himself a single. Again, these bullpen guys, these bench guys, just always come through for Hanwha when they need it the most. And that brings up one of the guys that's somehow, some way, only hits late in the game when the game is on the line. And that I'm talking about is Shimu Jun. Will he run? All right. Kim Tae Yun pinch hitting here. They are not going to let Shimu Jun hit. They're going to let Ito Yun take over at shorts where he belongs. As Kim Tae Yun looks at the ball one on the inside, 1-0. Almost hit him there. And it checks over on Ito Yun. He's going to bunt. Is he going to bunt? Down two, going to bunt. The 1-0. Outside, it's 2-0. Ju Won and Ito Yun having a little powwow over there. All righty, here comes the 2-0 pitch. Swing and a miss on ball three, and it's 2-1. I don't know who he was trying to fake with that run, but all right, the 2-1 pitch now is Kim Tae-yeon, 243 on the season. And he slaps at it, and that's going to go right through, and Ito Yun is going to go first to third as both the pinch hitters come up big, and they've got runners on the corners with nobody outs. As Kim Tae-yeon will come out. Like I said, 5-0, and I still wouldn't put past Hanwha. Wong Young Mook will take over, or will step into the box, I should say. I believe Kim Tae-yeon will now come out, and they'll probably have Lee Sang-hyuk or Iwon Suk run over. As yep, Iwon Suk now takes over on the base pass. Oh, runners on the first and third, and nobody outs is the top of the lineup now up as Iwon Suk dives back in. Iwon Suk, well known for his home runs, not so much for his speed. And here comes the first pitch to Wong Young Mook in there for strike, and it's 0-1. Wong Young Mook, 1 for 3 on the day. Flew out to left in his first at bats. A single and a run scored back in the third. And then a ground out to the first baseman in the fifth. And the 0-1 sets up right down the middle. A curveball catches the inside corner, and it's 0-2. 112 on the radar for that one. Bullpen, 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 ladies and gentlemen, is that is a check over at first. Young. And the 0-2 is fouled away, stays 0-2. Wang Young Mook and Ito Yoon, both guys that will foul off a bunch of pitches. They will get their strikeouts. They will strikeouts a handful of times, but they will see four, five, six, seven, eight pitches. What's up? What's up, AJ? And checks over again. You better watch out to not balk here. Jagon Hanwha and the 0-2 sets up way outside and slaps it foul again, and it stays 0-2. It is going. Kiwoom doing their best to not blow this game. Hanwha with two pinch hit singles, leaving them with runners on the corner and nobody out in the seventh. 5 solo home runs in this game, as that's going to be a ground ball right back up the middle. A diving stop by the second baseman, not in time. And he will have himself an RBI infield single, and the lead is now 1. It's a little too fast for that. That puts him there and puts him there. And Hanwha now has the tying run in scoring position. I don't know. I really don't know why he went to first on that. I was very, very confused. It's the reason for throwing to first. All right, so Florio steps in. He is I guess we have a pitching change. I guess. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure what's going on. So I guess we're gonna have a pitching change here. All right, Yoon Hyun steps in. Yeah, this Kiwoom bullpen is just so bad. As Oh Sung Joon doesn't even get an out. You don't want to leave before Hanwha takes the lead, though. Just amazing at how bad this Kiwoom bullpen is. Bullpen ERA for Kiwoom 6.10. Blown saves. Kiwoom only 3 blown saves because they never have the lead. All right, we're back. So Yoon Hyun on the, I don't know why this second baseman tried to throw across. Yeah, he was out at second if he would have went to second. Wang Young Mook easily beats that out. All right, you've got runners on first and second, nobody out. Florio looks at ball one on the inside. And it's a 1-0. And the 1-0 pitch it catches the bottom of the zone, and it's 1-1. Yeah, I mean, Kiyoom's bullpen is so bad. They are really bad. And the 1-1 is lifted into the air. Center fielder going back at the track. He will grab it. Iwan Suk will head on over to second. Wong Young Mook in there. And a big, huge tag up there from Wong Young Mook puts him at second. And they've got runners at first or second and third with just one out. One out now. Brings up Moon Yun Bin. And Moon Yun Bin pops that one up. Left fielder is going to be coming in. They'll come home. The throw is no way is he going to get him. And that's going to get away from the catcher. But the pitcher backing him up. And just like that, Hanwha ties it at 4. As Moon Yun Bin comes up with a sacrifice fly. That's why we call him Mr. Clutch. That's why we call him Mr. Clutch, ladies and gentlemen. Yep, they are ridiculous. Wong Young Mook now over at third base, and Noshiwan first pitch pops that one up. A first baseman in and makes the play, but Hanwha gets 2 and ties it up at 4 as Kiwoom blows the save. Yeah, I mean, their bullpen is just good enough to keep the games close, and then the other team's bullpens just suck. There's nothing else to say except the other team's bullpens suck. So 3 straight hits there for Hanwha ends up getting themselves 1 run, and then the sacrifice gets them another one. All right, so we got 1, 2. Man, Kiwoom's bullpen is just so bad. See? Yeah, that's why you watch me, man. All right, it's Pak Song Won out on the mound. 3.18 ERA, 19 games, 17 innings. He has not been great. I'll just put it that way. Uh he's been very shaky. Usually has a couple good stretches and then a pretty rough stretch. So we'll see what happens here. Bottom of the 7th. Tie game now. As All right, Cheju Wan will lead things off for Kiwoom as they look to try to get this game back. As JJ Hoon back behind the plates. There are lots of changes as again Hanwha had a bunch of different pinch hitters and pinch runners. Nine, but they can go up to 11. After 11, it's the game's over. Yeah, last year it was 12 innings, but this year they changed it. Now they can only go to 11 innings, as that is up high, 2-1. All right, I'll try to get the lineups fixed for Hanwha. So Iwan Suk stays in left, down hitting in the number 9 spot. And in the dirts, and that's 3-1. Who else? Ito Yuna stays in and plays shorts in the 8 spots. And I assume Moon Hyun Bin is now out. No, is that is a foul. 3-2. It's the fourth full count of the day for. Oops, sorry, second full count of the day. All right, here comes the 3-2 pitch to Cheju Won. And that's ripped past the diving second baseman. And that will be a leadoff single for the Kiwoom Heroes. Like I said, this pitcher is either really good or really bad. Yuan Jin should start on Tuesday. Tomorrow should be Weiss. It should be Weiss, Ponce, Yuan Jin, Moon Dong Ju, and then Om Song Baek. Om Song Baek started today. So, Chana. It hasn't told me where. Yeah, as that is in there for a strike to Lee Ju Hyun. So Lee Ju Hyun on base all 3 times today. A solo shot in the first, a hit by a pitch in the third, and a walk in the fourth. And the 0-1 just misses outside, 1-1. A runner on first is Cheju Won, and not a lot of speed, but he is one of the better hitters in the league, so you got to keep him in there. And that misses outside at 2-1. One thing to be aware of is the shortstop is now Ito Yoon instead of Shimu Jun. Ito Yoon not as sure as that is going to be another single into right field. And they've got the first 2 batters on base with 2 straight singles. And just like that, Kiwoom is now threatening. That is their first hit of the day with runners on base, ladies and gentlemen. 0 for 8 up until that point. 0 for 8 with runners on base until that single by Lee Ju Hyung, who is now on base for the 4th time today. That brings up Cardenas. Cardenas 0 for 2 on the day. Is there a little mound visit here? Uh, 2. Kim Tae Jin grounded into a 1-6-3 double play. And that's the only one. I think. No, yeah. All righty, here we go. The pitch to Gardena is in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. Yeah, 5 solo shots. Song Song Moon, Lee Ju Hyung, Kim Tae Jin, Puig, and Florio all solo shots. As here comes the 0-1, as that is low, 1-1. Hanwha at 12 pitches already, no outs, runners on first and second. Cardenas stepping in, and the 1-1 is right back up the middle, and the second baseman grabs it, throws, and that will be the double play you were talking about, as the 4-3 double play erases a couple runners. Juan moves over to third base, and there are two outs. Perfect positioning on defense is why that happened. Right off the mound, as Wang Young Mook was shaded way towards second base, and that is in there for a ball way up high, 1-0. Fantastic positioning on defense as that misses inside, and now it's 2-0. AJB calling the shots. Noshiwan is definitely not up. And here comes the 2-0, misses up high, 3-0. Now 1 for 10 with runners on base. And the 3-0 pitch runs inside, and that'll be a walk. That brings in Kim Tae-jin. Kim Tae-jin, a solo shot today, a grand slam, I believe, on Wednesday. Yeah, a grand slam by Kim Tae-jin on Wednesday. Back-to-back games with home runs.
너무 감사합니다.
Thank you, Turtles. Back-to-back games with home runs. He's got 3 on the season. A swing and a miss at a pitch down below the zone, and it's 0-1. So that means Hanwha has to win by 2? Is that what that means? All right, Kim Tae-jin grounded into a 1-6-3 double play his other at-bats. Oh, okay. What's up, Mary Kate? And that's going to be a ground ball, the right side, but Wang Young Mook is able to make the play, and just like that, they leave another runner on base. They've left 7 on, and we will go to the 8th inning. A tie game here in Goat Chuck.
너무 감사합니다.
I think that's the same one, right? Yeah. Again, just cannot get it done with runners on base. First and second, nobody outs, and they hit into a 4-3 double play. Then a walk puts another runner on, and just like that, they continue to not get hits. They are now 1 for 11 with runners on base. Oh for 5 with runners in scoring position. And all 4 of their runs have all been via the solo shot. Oh, Hanwha will have it's like Cheon Sung, the number 5 hitter, leading things off. Oh, they'll have 5, a 6, a 7. I assume we're gonna have a new pitcher for Kiwoom. No. Yeah, they all play at the same time, so I can only do one. All right, to top of the eighth, the Cheon Sung will lead things off. I believe he's thrown 5 pitches. Is Yoon Hyun is still out there, and that runs inside. One. And oh, Hanwha about to play their yeah, as that is in the dirt, and it's 2-0. Yeah, I will on Saturdays. Saturdays sometimes I can do 2 games because they have a 2 o'clock game and a 5 o'clock game, but they've got to be quick. Unlike tonight's, actually tonight's game is only a 2 hour and 15 minute game so far. Right down the middle, and it's 2-1. 267 on the season for the captain. A single in his first at bats, stranded over at third base, and then a strikeout and a fly out to right. And the 2-1 is fouled away, and it's 2-2. As the Hanwha fans doing their air humping, a famous Hanwha cheer. And the 2-2 is way outside, not any close to anybody. Is that will run the counts full. Fourth full count of the day for Hanwha. Chan Sung a full count in his last at bat and flew out to right. Who's that? Who's she for? Yes, here comes the 3-2 pitch. I think I know who you're talking about. As the 3-2 is chopped foul. And oops, yep, that's right. Stays the 3-2. I don't know their names, but I mean obviously I can tell. As here comes the 3-2 pitch, and that's fouled straight back as the people behind home plates jump out of the way because the net is collapsing in, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know, man. Ask Luke. Luke, are you still in here? As the 3-2 is lifted into center field, Iju Young under it, and that will be one away. It's been around longer than I have. I can say that. That's all I know. I remember the first time I was like, "Wait, am I really? Am I humping the air?" I believe I am humping the air. All righty, Eugene Young looks at ball one that just misses low, 1-0. Eugene Young, what's up? What's up? As that is in there for a strike, and it's 1-1. Surprised you're not doing this game. I figured with the Puig game you would be doing it. Puig and then Hanwha doing well. As yeah, but I don't think that's a cheer that you're doing though. I think that's a slightly different reason. All righty, here comes the 2-1 pitch, and that is in the dirt, about 40 feet from the mound, and that's 3-1 now. He walked in his last at bats, 0 for 2, strikeout, flyouts, walk. And the 3-1 is swing and a miss. As Luke would say, I believe James has coined that term, a big swing and no ding. What are you doing in the vertical? Are you talking about the TVing? As here comes the 3-2 pitch. And that is nowhere near the strike zone again. And he will walk him. A 1-out walk puts Eugene Young over at first base. He does have some speed. There's no need to pinch run. Ah, Ah, gonna have to get you that the giga internets, man. Quit quit being cheap with your 100 meg service. And they will bring them out. Isong Hyuk will take over on the base pass as they bring in the fastest guy they have, and Che Jae Hoon. Oh, Isong Hyuk will stay in, obviously play defense, and Che Jae Hoon, the pitch outside, and now it's 2-0. In the lovely Kiwoom bullpen walks one with a runner with one out. 2-0 count now to the catcher here. And that catches the outside corner. 2-1. Oh, Isang Hyuk over in right field now. He has a lot of speed. A 2-1 pitch catches the inside corner, and it's 2-2. Kiwoom does have a good closer. They do have a good closer, a young guy, as they traded their other closer to Kia. They've Jusung Yu is the name, as that misses inside barely. And another full count, 3 full counts in this inning for the pitcher. 24 pitches already. Che Jae-hoon is a guy that will make contact and a little double play, as that is not going to do it, as that's going to drop just inside the line. Isong Hyuk is going to round third, and he is holding up as Che Jae-hoon is a big double there, and they've got runners on second and third with
너무 감사합니다.
just one out. Isong Hyuk had to wait at second base as it dropped down, and then he was able to go. Thank you, Lucas. So runners on second and third now. Brings up the number 8 hitter, Lee Do-yoon. They may, I have to think that's, will they walk him here? You came back. That's why they're doing it. Every time you come back, Luke, they score. All right, so we'll have a pitching change here, as this game is just getting started.
너무 감사합니다.
Che Jae-hoon with the big double there. Lee Do-yoon, again, a pinch hit single in his first at bats, scored a run, 1 for 1 on the day, will be batting. I'm still waiting to find out who Kiwoom is. They are going to bring in their closer here, put a ton of pressure on him. As again, I said it before, the Kiwoom bullpen is awful. I said they needed a 5-0 lead before I would trust them. They So here we go. We've got runners on second and third. Kiwoom bringing in their closer, trying to get them out of this inning. He is a guy that can strike out a few. Wonder what they're going to do. 감사합니다. All right, here we go. We'll see if the third base coach actually waved him around. Oh, all right. Ito Yoon looks at just strike one on the outside, and it's 0 1. I'm bringing in the closer here. Any wild pitch he will be off on. I have to think he's off on contact also. The infield is in as the 0 1 pitch, and that's fouled straight back. A strikeout would be massive here. 231 on the season for Ito Yoon. Now, this is pretty much the game because otherwise you're going to have to face Han Sung Hyuk and Kim Saw Hyun in the 8th and ninth. All right, the 0-2 pitch. And he slaps it, but it's foul into the Hanwha dugout. And no, not a big strikeout pitcher. He will strike some out. He's got seven strikeouts in 10 innings, 10 and 2/3 innings. All righty, here comes the 0-2 pitch. Sets up at the waist inside and a swing and into the glove. And that is a massive, massive strikeout. That is a huge strikeout there. Tips it right into the glove. All right, so that brings up one of the most dangerous home run hitters in the league, Yuan Suk, as sets up on the outside and misses low. 1-0. He had one hit in his last game, and it was a home run, hitting 107 on the season. As the 1-0 sets up on the outside and misses low, and it's 2-0. They do not want to face Wong Young Mook. And here comes the 2-0. Is that's going to be a ground ball? The shortstop Oh Sung Jin grabs it, throws, and they leave two runners on, and they don't get, as that is a huge, huge put out. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th. It's 4-4. Wow. Holding him at third is a huge deal now. Runners on the second and third with just one out, and they strike out and ground out to keep the game tied. Wow. Huge, huge, huge from Usung Ju. Ju Sung Woo. Ju Sung Woo. Man, that's a tough one for me to say. Kiwoom will have 7, 8, and 9 hitters coming up. I wouldn't say good pitching. They have 18 hits between the two. Kiwoom, again, they're all the runs are from home runs. Again, 1 for 11 with runners on base. 0 for 5 with runners in scoring position. Han Sung Hyuk now comes out onto the mound for Hanwha. He is the eighth inning guy. This is where I completely disagree with how Hanwha's manager is going to play this. The reason why is because it's not good. Here is fine. Han Sung Hyuk in the eighth here is fine, but if Han Sung Hyuk gets out of this inning, uh, they're gonna bring in Kim Saw Hyun in the ninth. If Hanwha gets the lead in the top of the ninth, that's okay. Understand that, but if they don't, he's gonna bring him in the bottom of the ninth without a lead on the road. So, right. Here we go. Puig leads things off 1 for 3, and that misses inside. Ball one. Han Sung Hyuk will walk a guy here or there. He will give up some hits. It's whether or not Kiwoom can take advantage of them for first time. So Puig, a solo shot in the fourth. That is missed. And it's 0 and oops, wrong button. 0 and 2. Or sorry, 2 and 0. My bad. Sorry. What a game, ladies and gentlemen. First and last playing against each other in a 4-4 tie as that is down the middle and it's 1 and 1. All righty, here we go. Kiwoom fan, LG fan, both cheering against Hanwha because LG is down, is 1 game behind Hanwha as the 2-1 misses outside and it's 3 and 1. If anybody is in the horizontal, can you type something? I want to make sure that I'm not lagging really bad. All righty, here we go. The 3-1 pitch to Puig. Don't put something down the middle. And that walks them. And they've got the go ahead run on base. All right. But you're in the vertical. Here. Yep, that's right, Hallen. Thank you. All right. That brings up the number 8 hitter, Kim Jae Hyun. Do they pinch Rick? Sorry, Mary Kate. Maybe because I have oh, you guys can't see it, but I have 8 different windows on this screen over here that show me where everybody's at. Like I have a vertical chat, a horizontal chat, a vertical stream, horizontal stream. I have the lineups for each different team. I have all of the screens that you guys see, all of those as that is, I think, a ball. There we go. It is a ball. I have all of those on the right side so I can see a bunch of stuff. No, they are not pinch running here. Hey, it's what I got to do for you, man. And that is outside at 2 0. I know. Maybe that'll be something. I started to do one, but maybe now that I've got pretty much everything here and set up, as the 2-0, he drops down the bunt to second base. Oh, he could have gone to second, but he doesn't, and the sacrifice bunts moves him over. But now you got an out. You still need a run. I thought he should have gone to second base there, but he didn't. Oh man, he had all day to go to second. All right. Oh Sun Jin steps in. He would love nothing more than to put away his old team. Like what is the catcher? The catcher's pointing to first. Like he was gone at second. As that's a swing and a miss now, and it's 0-2 to Sun Jin. Gotta love a runner on first, nobody out. You bunt him over so that you still need a hit. They have the number 9 hitter up now, trying to get a hit. 271 on the season. He has been a hero as that runs up and in, and it's 1-2. You can't. Yeah, I don't know about that. All righty, here comes the 1-2 pitch. Pops him up. L'Oreal in center field and under it, and that's will be 2 away. Good looking bunts. Excellent bunch, ladies and gentlemen. Fantastic bunts. Love KBO managers who don't have a clue what they're doing. Best managers in, I don't know, in the dugouts of these two games. No, I don't do English lineups. I can't do English lineups because all the players spell their names differently. And that is a foul to straight back. Sung Moon steps in. He's 2 for 4 on the day. Solo shots in his career. Hanwha's pitcher. Solo shot in the first, lined out to short in the second. And the 0-1 misses outside, 1-1. Then a double in the fourth. He double and 2 walks behind him with 2 outs, but nope, didn't score. And then a strikeout in his last at bats. Here we go. The 1-1 pitch to the captain. And he lifts that one into center field. Florio under it, and that's will be 3 away. Well done, Kiwoom. You bunted with a runner on first and nobody out, and you did exactly what the statistics say. That is, you suck. As we will go to the 9th inning, tied up. Gotta love the fact that KBO managers have never, ever seen a statistic in their entire life. You literally lower your chance of scoring any runs by 4% when you bunt. It's unbelievable how clueless KBO managers are. My shirts are on the way, Luke. My shirts are on the way, but it's a nonin. I should. I should put that on a shirt and sell it. That is one heck of an idea, Luke. 0 for 7 with runners in scoring position. Mary Kate, did you see my response to you? You can now order a shirt from Korea. All right, so Wong Young Mook will lead things off for Hanwha. His big, huge infield RBI single in his last at bats, 2 for 4 on the day. I don't think it. I don't think he accepts Bitcoin. I don't know. I have no idea. Because I don't make the shirts. I have two companies, one in the U.S. and one in Korea. That's as apparently there was a ball there that makes them, and then I get a message once it ships. So the 1-0 is in there for a strike, and it's 1-1 now. Uh, you you have to just adjust with, I guess, soup. I don't know. I've never used soup. As here comes the 1-1 pitch, and in there for a strike, 1-2. I think if I'm ahead, you can just move it and not use the live. There should be a button, like I think on your stream that says live. Yeah, just fast forward. The 1-2 pitch, as that's fouled away and it stays 1-2. Again, Wang Youngmuka, not a guy that strikes out a lot. He'll strike out some, but he will see a ton of pitches. That's right. I mean, it's 9:30 on Friday nights, of course. But you can, yeah, if on the feed, there should be a live. You just don't click the live. As the 1-2 pitch is up high, but fouls it away, and it stays 1-2, 150 on the gun there. Yuran Jin says, hit it forward, quit hitting it at us. And in the dirts, and it's 2-2. Hang on. All right, the 2-2 is that's going to be a soft liner on a broken bat and one away. I'm behind. Make sure you're on the live part. I don't know. I can't actually. I probably can. Uh, don't be alarmed. You should be able to hit this little button. See where it says live? All right. That's what my screen looks like, guys. As that's filed away and it's 1-1. Well, I can't always call it right when it's happening. So as the 0-1 sets up on the outside and he pops him up as it's going into foul or left fielder under it, and that will be 2 away. Yeah, I try to be calling it as I'm seeing it, but sometimes my mind is wants to just watch the game and yeah. Oh, makes it a little difficult. All right, Moon Hyun Bin steps in and puts the glove up to his head so he can hear it. Moon Hyun Bin, a 1 for 2 on the day. A hit by pitch, a single and an RBI, a strikeout and a sacrifice fly. And that is lifted into the right field. Going. Goodbye, baseball. Top of the ninth, a home run by Moon Hyun Bin puts Hanwha up 5-4. I hit that twice. Moon Hyun Bin coming up huge again. Mr. Clutch is what we call him, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Clutch. Moon Yun Bin. And that is in there for a strike. And No Shiwan is going to single back up the middle. And they have got themselves a another hit. Moon Yun Bin just coming up big. Would like you to take a look at the thumbnail for this game, ladies and gentlemen. The who are the two guys? That's right. Moon Yun Bin, who just hit the solo shot there, and Son Sung Moon, who hit the solo shot to start the game. The first run and quite possibly the last run. Do we have a pitching change or something? What is taking so long? He's got 6 home runs on the season. He had 5 all of last year. As we'll have a pitching change. I'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. Alrighty, I'm back. Cheon Sung, first pitch is a steal, in second is No Shiwan. A big stolen base puts him into scoring position on the first pitch there. All right. Now in is Lee Jun-woo. And that is fouled back, and it's 0-2. You need to tell him to come into the stream. Alrighty, here comes the 0-2, and that's going to be another single into center field and an error on the center fielder. That's going to score another run. As Cheon Sung is going to be standing at third base. as this game is just doing some things. Let's just put it that way. Wow. That is amazing defense. Absolutely amazing defense. He was throwing it before he caught it. The stolen base turns up huge as Cheon Song is standing over at third now, as that's is apparently 1-2. Apparently there were two pitches before. No way. And why does it's 1-0? They still have the two strikes that Cheon Sung had on them, as that is upstairs and it's 2-0 now. They're gonna get rid of this score bug. Watch, there it goes. It goes away. Now watch. Here it comes back and it's a 2-0 count, and it matches mine. They did score. As there we go, and that is in there for a strike, and it's 2-1. Now it's 1-2. And here comes the 1-2. And popped up 1-2. You said you want Hanwha to win by 2, or you want Hanwha to win by 3? And that's going to be a fouler into the umpire. See, you got two different guys who want two different things. Okay. Trust only wants him to win by 2. As that misses outside. And I think it's 2-2. They keep changing this this count. All right, to the 2-2 pitch. I think it's 2-2. That is going to be lifted. Right fielder watching the ball hit the ground, and that is going to score another one as Isang Hyuk is on a second base. And now Hanwha is putting the beating on. When Isang Hyuk is getting hits, you know the game is getting out of hand. Yeah, Cardenas looked like he's never played outfield before in his life. But I did not see Kim Saw Hyun warming up. As Che Jae Hoon and now steps in, looks at ball one on the outside, and it's 1-0. All right, it's 7-4 now. And Che Jae Hoon is 1 for 2 on the day, a double in his first at bats, but was stranded as the 1-0 in there for a strike, and it's 1-1. Now, Kim Saw-yeon is warming up. That is not good for Kiwoom. That is fouled straight back. 1-2 now. All righty, here comes the 1-2 pitch. And he slaps that one into the netting, and it stays 1-2. My stream reset, I think. 3 runs here. Top of the 9th inning is put Hanwha up 7-4. Is that oh, it just catch the inside corner. And that will be 3 away, but Hanwha gets 3. And the best closer in the league is on his way in for the bottom of the 9th. Double check all of my did they? No way. They really gave Chan Sung. They gave Chan Sung a triple on that play where the center fielder missed it. No way. No, you get a single and an error. All right, bottom of the 9th. They'll have the 2, 3, 4 hitters coming up. Kim Saw-hyun out on the mound. Not the guy you want to see in the 9th inning. All right, Kim Saw-hyun out on the mound. ERA of .46, 21 games, 19.2 innings, 1 lost, 11 saves, 1 hold, 18 strikeouts, 8 walks, and a .81 whip. He is very, very wild. He comes in to the Wild Thing song just like in Major League. He's got the spectacles to go with it. He throws hard. Has the fastest pitch in the history of the KBO by a Korean. And that is the first pitch is not even catchable, and it's ball 1. And here we go. The 1-0 pitch misses outside, and it's a 2-0. And here comes the 2-0 pitch. Right down the middle and outside again, a 3-0. I used to live in Vegas years ago. And then the 3-0 in there for a strike, and it's 3-1. Oh, I do like those numbers on those authentics. The 3-1 pops him up. Che Jae-hoon under it's in the foul territory, and 1 away. What is he grabbing it and turning for? What is he grabbing it and turning for? I don't get that. He grabbed it and quickly made a turn. There's nobody on base. All right, now you got 1 out. Lee Ju-hyung steps in. He had that big air in the center field. And the 1-0. And here comes the 1-0. Is lifted into center field. Florio going back. Goodbye, baseball. Another home run as Lee Ju-hyung just hit his second solo shot of the day. That is the first home run Kim Saw-hyun is giving up all season. Five solo shots for Kiwoom on the day. 7 solo shots in the game. You guys counting your money before the game's over. Not in the KBO, ladies and gentlemen. Just think if he didn't make that awful play in center field, it would be a 6-5 game. That's in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. All right, Cardina is over 3 on the day, and the 0-1 swings at a pitch way, way off the zone, and it's 0-2. A tie for the most home runs in Gochuk history with a 7 now. Cardina's walked in his first at bat, a 5-3 ground out, a fly out to center, and a 4-3 double play. As that is a strikeout looking. It looked like he doesn't even want to play anymore. It really looks like he just doesn't even want to play baseball anymore. That was an awful, awful at bats. Like it looked like he's just like, I'm ready to go home. That brings up the number 5 hitter. His first pitch is going to be lifted into a right field. Lee Sang-hyuk under it, and that will be the game. He gives up a solo shot, but Hanwha gets the victory as they come from behind. And, well, yeah. All right. Well, that be the game, ladies and gentlemen. This was a KBO game. I mean, it was the definition of a KBO game. As Hanwha falls down early, 2 solo shots in the first inning by Song Sung Moon and then Lee Ju Hyung, but Hanwha gets 1 back in the third inning as they get 3 straight singles to score a run, but they strand some more runners on base. Then again, Kiwoom with 2 more solo shots, back to back. Kim Tae-jin and then Puig with back to back puts them up 4-1. I told you guys I wouldn't trust you at all unless they have a 5-0 lead. What happens? Well, the big 2 runs to tie it in the 7th inning after 3 straight singles and then a sacrifice ended up putting the game at 4-4. They get to the 3 runs in the top of the 9th. Those 3 runs were huge because the center fielder, again, Cheon Sung is No Shiwan with the big steal. That's a huge steal because No Shiwan with the steal puts him at second base. That's why the center fielder made that error, trying to field the ball, and what ended up happening was that point would have been 6-5. Cheon Sung would have been able to be at first. That means on the Lee Sang-hyuk double, he would have only been at third base. Would have been a 6-5 game, a completely different game. But again, Kiwoom's bullpen, they're just bad. They're very, very, very bad. Like it, I mean, they're like, there's nothing to explain except that they're just bad. They have a 6.10 ERA for the whole bullpen for the season. They're not good. Hanwha has the what I would say is the best bullpen in the league. So yeah, I mean Hanwha, I think that's their 13th come from behind win. I've seen a stat and I'm trying to count in my head each different one that they have. I'm pretty sure that's their 13th come from behind victory. I think the next closest is like 4 or 5, maybe 6. They don't score a lot of runs. Their offense is not good. They have the 3rd worst batting average in the league. But They have basically they keep it close with their bullpen, and then their bullpen is so good that it ends up keeping them in the game, and they just take advantage of the other team's bullpens. They just take advantage of the other team's bullpens. So, I mean, it's honestly, this is the exact thing that Kia did last year. Kia led the league easily, led the league in come from behind victories, and it took them to a title. Again, this the one thing is this is the worst team in the league, guys. This is a team that has a a losing percentage that is higher than Hanwha's winning percentage. Again, Hanwha coming into the game, I think a 647 winning or 649 winning percentage. Kiwoom with a 675 losing percentage. So the game ended how it's expected to. Baek again led the league in home runs given up last year. Hanwha went out and signed him, and it went exactly how you expected. He gave up 4 solo shots, ended not even being able to get through 5 innings. Uh, that will be important for Hanwha for the rest of this series. But tomorrow they have Ponce on the mound. Generally goes 7 innings, 6 or 7 innings. This will be his first pitching in the dome. He pitched in Japan, which has a lot of domes. Did not pitch well in Japan. So I don't. Will it matter? I don't know. I guess we'll find out tomorrow. But yeah, I mean, Hanwha they did what they've done all season. They keep it close. They end up getting keeping it close until they get to the other bullpens, and then they score runs against the other bullpens. Uh, that's what they've done all season. That's why they are winning the league right now. That's why they're a game and a half up on LG. Now that they've had their 10th straight win, they've had already had winning streaks of 8 and 10. So they have 25 wins on the season. 18 of them have come in 2 of their winning streaks. Uh, so obviously everybody knows it's not sustainable. But Hanwha again, they get the win. They should have win. They should sweep this series. They really should sweep this series. The next 2, I said at the beginning before the stream ever started, before the game ever started, if Kiwoom is going to win a game in this series, it has to be this game. They had one of their better pitchers on the mound. Hanwha had a pitcher that I don't think is very good. I don't think he's worth half the money they spent on him. Uh, but Kiwoom had a lead all the way through 6 2/3 innings before they ended up giving it up. So Hanwha, another come from behind victory. They beat the worst team in the league like they should. They should sweep the next 2 games. I will not be streaming them. My plan is tomorrow to stream uh, the LG and Samsung uh, games. I'm hoping if things go well, I could do LG and Samsung, and then I could do Kia and SSG. If it doesn't work out, I'll do LG and Samsung both games tomorrow, and then on Sunday I'll either do Kia versus SSG or Lotte versus KT. Depends on how the starters match up. I want to I want to actually stream good pitching matchups when the teams are pretty close. Because if you think about it, right now, this weekend has really good matchups. The number 1 versus the number 10 is not a good matchup, but it was a great game. The 2 is playing the 4, the 3 is playing the 5. Both teams that are tied in 6th are playing each other, and then the 8th and ninth teams are playing each other. So could be a lot of movements, especially tomorrow. There will be 9 games tomorrow. Hanwha versus Kiwoom at 2, and then all the other leagues will play a game at 2 o'clock, and then the second game will either start at 5 or 30 minutes after the end of the first game, whichever one is later. So I'll be back tomorrow. LG versus Samsung. That'll be Sonju Young versus Harado. should be a pretty good matchup, especially since Samsung is playing at home where they can score some runs. So I'll be back tomorrow. Thank you guys for tuning in. And as always, until next time.